So today was shit. And lately I've been watching a lot of interesting YouTube shows about how people tend to, they have their own shows on YouTube and their shows are doing great. One of them I'd like to give a shout out to is Ask a Mortician because I absolutely love Caitlin Doherty and I think she does great work. My boyfriend Andy actually got me into her because he's been watching her forever and watching, learning from, I guess, the show. Not to mention it, we're both very morbid people, but at the same time, I think the show has helped me and is helping me to basically face my own fear of dead bodies. I said dead bodies, not death. Death does not freak me out. Dead bodies, though, I don't know what it is. But, you know, that's besides the point. The point is, she is a smorgasbord of information. And so, how do I say this? This is like really weird for me because I'm not used to being self confident, and I sure as hell don't look self confident with the way my hair is today and every day. I want to come up with my own YouTube show that I'm not even sure will even mean anything, considering people just, they look for certain things in a show. And since I've never done it before, I mean, I've done some weird shit on YouTube, but I've never done this. And I want to call this show Ask a Broke Ass LMHC. That's right, you heard me. Ask a Broke Ass LMHC, which stands for Licensed Mental Health Clinician, because that is what I am. I am licensed in New York State. And despite everything, unless, at least what I'm learning, I've only been in it for 5 years, okay? So from what I am learning, you can only make enough money to maybe have a sustainable living if you have your own practice. Because working in the other places, you're not going to make the money. I just spat a popcorn kernel. That just, whatever. Anyway, working in the mental health community, it seems that you do not make the money you need to pay the rent. Or if you do, it's more like your life is about paying rent, especially in New York State where you literally have to pay out your ass for everything. And people will say, well, come up with your own business. What do you think my own practice would be? It's my own business. But there's marketing with that, and that's money, and or there's other ways to do it, but it's still money because, when you put things on different sites to advertise yourself, you have to pay for that service, and you have to have money to do that. And unfortunately, I was one of those lovely, smart, amazingly intelligent people who did not save a dime of her money. So most of that is my fault. So I would be the broke ass LMHC, and my show is going to be about basically living as an LMHC and talking about different things in regards to mental health. And we'll add a little bit of a comical thing to this because let's face it, I'm an amateur or beyond or below that in regards to this, but I'm hoping it works for other licensed mental health clinicians who are also going through this, who are struggling to get by because New York State kind of is my ass. New York State makes it difficult for a lot of mental health clinicians to basically get by. We're at the bottom of the barrel. We're the one, if you think about it, New York State is mainly a social work state, and that is not to put any social workers down. One of my closest friends, a few of my closest friends are social workers and amazing people who have worked from the bottom up to get to where they are. But there seems to be more opportunities in regards to where they can go, whereas mental health counselors, at least what I'm learning, and maybe I just, maybe I'm just shit out of luck. It's more difficult for us because we're clinicians, and we do a lot. And unfortunately, our lot seems to be looked at in the system as we're just not going to pay you enough. So I didn't, before anybody even judges shit, I didn't become a mental health counselor because I wanted to make money. And I don't mean like, I didn't want to be rich. It'd have been nice, but I didn't do it for the money. I did it because it was my passion and still is. It's been very challenging. Of course, my life choices have made them challenging, personal shit in my life, getting a divorce in 2019, moving on my own, moving from the city, in New York City to Long Island. I love it in Long Island. I don't give a shit. I love it out here, starting a new relationship, which is a whole other beautiful story that I'm probably not going to get into during my Ask a Broke Ass LMHC segments. And, it's a lot to deal with in regards to trying to live my life, trying to survive, and trying not to lose my shit in the middle of it, which has been very difficult. Let's put it that way. And I think I said that twice. I'm pretty redundant when I don't know what I'm saying because it's very unscripted. And as is my whole life. My life is unscripted. I think everyone's life is unscripted. They just, think that it isn't. But no, it's unscripted, dudes. You're going to believe what you're going to believe. But trust me, shit happens. Not for a reason. It just does. At least I come from that belief. People will believe that stuff happens for a reason. I do not. I believe that shit just happens. Sometimes amazing things happen, but shit happens. So that's what I'm dealing with. And so eventually, when I start this show, which I hope will be a weekly segment, I will have information in regards to being a licensed mental health counselor. And I think the first segment will be about how I became a licensed mental health counselor, or rather a broke ass licensed mental health counselor. And I'm hoping that I get a lot of views. I'll be honest, I am not professional at filming. Obviously, I am filming from my phone. The lighting here sucks, but it's the best I can do. I'm not anyone professional. And maybe I'll be able to come up with something great to the point where I'll be able to start with Patreon or something. But until then, I'll just build myself up little by little. And I will leave the comments open for this. And I am sure I'm going to get some fucking trolls, but whatever. In my opinion, I think trolls just need to let their shit out. And they're very cruel a lot of the time, but I think it's because they also may have some other stuff going on in their lives. And, might start business with them as clients. You never know. And I think I might have challenged a few there. That is not a challenge, guys. Don't even. Or girls. Anyway, so eventually that show will start, and I hope it starts pretty soon. Okie dokie. Bye.